Salut, it's Jennifer, your French teacher in the south of France. This lesson is about avoir expressions. Expressions using this verb avoir. I'm going to show you 30 of them. And many times, the verb avoir means to have, but many times, and especially with the expressions I'm going to show you today, it does not translate that way. Okay, so you're going to be learning idiomatic expressions, the kind like in English when we would say, ooh, I better hold my tongue. It doesn't mean we're really going to reach in our mouth and hold our tongue to stop from saying something. That's the kind of expressions I'm going to show you today. Okay, and we're going to talk about them in two tenses. We're going to look at the present tense and the descriptive past. So before we get started with this, I want to make sure if you have signed up for my course in my Self-Learners French program, you have to go in and download your cours. Now this is for you to take notes during this lesson. Remember, I always love it when you handwrite your own notes. So make sure you go and get that. And let's go on and get started. So let's look at the present tense conjugation of avoir. Now remember, present tense, I just mean j'ai means I have. And in a minute we're going to look at I had, but this is I have, okay? So I want you to go on and write these down as you repeat them after me. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. Très bien. Now here's that imperfect tense conjugation of the verb avoir. You might already know this. You might not. You might really be a beginner and you may be just learning the present tense conjugation right now. But look, let me tell you, this is one of those things that you can just memorize. You don't have to know anything else about the imperfect tense conjugation of avoir. You can just memorize it and use it with these expressions I'm going to show you today. So again, repeat them after me as you write them down. And remember, they mean I had, etc. J'avais, tu avais, il avait, on avait, elle avait, nous avions, vous aviez, ils avaient, elles avaient. D'accord? Okay, now let's have a look at some of these examples that I have ready for you. So in your cours, I'm going to ask you to do some writing, okay? Make sure you write all of these down, whether you're a beginner or a more advanced learner, and it's a good way to really pick up that grammar and pay close attention to it, okay? If you are a beginner and some of this grammar is too advanced for you, this is still going to be a good exercise because what I'm wanting you to see in these examples is how the expressions are used. And then when you start using them on your own, when you're speaking, you can use them at your level, okay? Even if that's just in the present tense for now. So the first one is to be a certain year, a certain amount of years old. Avoir blank un. So if you want to say, I am, if you want to say, I am 16 years old, I am 16 years old, I'm clearly not letting out my age today, then you would say, j'ai 16 ans. So you see, in English, I am 16. In French, I have 16 years. D'accord? My example. Si tu étais né en 1950, quel âge aurais-tu? Si tu étais né en 1950, quel âge aurais-tu? Let's move on to avoir besoin de. Avoir besoin de, to need. All of these, not all of these, but a lot of these, you're going to see the word de. And I want you to pay close attention to that and make sure you memorize those because later in French grammar, the de is going to come in very handy. Okay, my example. Quand tu étais petit ou petite, est-ce que tu avais besoin de prendre le bus pour aller à l'école? Quand tu étais petit ou petite, Est-ce que tu avais besoin de prendre le bus pour aller à l'école? Avoir chaud, avoir froid. To be hot, to be cold. This is another one. In French, you have hot and you have cold, right? Not like in English. Préfères-tu avoir froid ou avoir chaud? Préfères-tu avoir froid ou avoir chaud? Avoir confiance en quelqu'un. Est-ce que tu as confiance en eux pour nous aider à vendre notre maison? Est-ce que tu as confiance en eux pour nous aider à vendre notre maison? Avoir de la chance. Vous avez de la chance. C'est le dernier billet. Vous avez de la chance. C'est le dernier billet. Avoir du charme. À ton avis, quelle célébrité a beaucoup de charme? À ton avis, quelle célébrité a beaucoup de charme? You guys, if you want a list of these, if you're watching on YouTube and you're not enrolled in my program, you can still get the link to my blog down in the video description, and you can get a list of these expressions in French and English on my blog, okay? You can download it. The next one, avoir envie de. Est-ce que tu as envie de voyager un jour en Asie? Est-ce que tu as envie de voyager un jour en Asie? Avoir faim, avoir soif. These are kind of like avoir chaud, avoir froid, you know. In French, we have hunger, we have thirst. Not like in English, where we say to be hungry, right? Qu'est-ce que vous faites si vous rencontrez quelqu'un qui a faim ou qui a soif? Qu'est-ce que vous faites si vous rencontrez quelqu'un qui a faim ou qui a soif? Avoir honte de. There's another de, okay? Let's remember that. Avoir honte de. Tu n'avais pas honte de toi? Tu n'avais pas honte de toi? How about this next one? Avoir l'air. Look, there's another de. Now, sometimes this one's followed by de, and sometimes you don't need it, okay? Like here in my example, I did not use the de. Have a look at my example. Tu as l'air fatigué. Tu as l'air fatigué. It means you look like you're tired. You seem tired. And you see, in English, a lot of people would see that you look and you would be thinking, oh, which verb do I have to use? You know, look, like regarder or something. No, no, no. You're going to use the expression avoir l'air. That's why I told you with these expressions, most of the time, the verb avoir is not translated in English like the verb to have, okay? This next one's kind of cute. Avoir le cafard. Avoir le cafard, to feel down in the dumps, to have the blues. Est-ce que ça t'arrive d'avoir le cafard? Est-ce que ça t'arrive d'avoir le cafard? A little bit higher grammar there. Est-ce que ça t'arrive? Means, does it ever happen to you? Now, in my English translations, I've written it the way that we would probably say it in English, right? Of course, I can't do a literal translation or it's going to come out like something that we would never say, all right? Because technically, let me just do this. Is it that it arrives to you to have the roach? I mean, that's what that means, literal translation. But that's not what it means at all. It means, does it ever happen to you or do you ever feel down in the dumps? Avoir l'habitude de. Avoir l'habitude de. To be in the habit, right? Est-ce que tu avais l'habitude de voyager à l'étranger? Est-ce que tu avais l'habitude de voyager à l'étranger? Avoir l'heure. Excusez-moi, avez-vous l'heure, s'il vous plaît? Excusez-moi, avez-vous l'heure, s'il vous plaît? Avoir lieu. Leur mariage va avoir lieu en juillet. Leur mariage va avoir lieu en juillet. Now here I'm using the future proche. Va avoir lieu. Avoir l'intention de. Avoir l'intention de. Tes parents ont l'intention de prendre leur retraite en Floride. Tes parents ont l'intention de prendre leur retraite en Floride. Avoir mal à la tête. Mon mari a souvent mal à la tête. Mon mari a souvent mal à la tête. We're going to talk more about having mal somewhere in your body in a few minutes. This is the kind of sentence about this short and the same kind of sort of simple sentence structure, simple grammar. This is the kind of sentence you can look forward to in my audio drill, d'accord? Part of the course. Make sure you listen to that. I think it'll help you get used to these expressions. Avoir mal au cœur. Est-ce que certains aliments te donnent mal au cœur? Est-ce que certains aliments te donnent mal au cœur? Avoir peur or avoir peur de. Now notice in this one, in my example, I am using the de and it has to change to a du because it's followed by a masculine singular noun. Ils avaient peur du noir. Ils avaient peur du noir. And yes, noir means black, but look, it also means dark. The dark. Avoir raison, avoir tort. Kind of like avoir chaud, avoir froid. Remember, in French, you have reason. In English, you are right. Connais-tu quelqu'un qui a toujours raison ou qui a toujours tort? Connais-tu quelqu'un qui a toujours raison ou qui a toujours tort? Avoir sommeil. J'avais très sommeil tout à l'heure. J'avais très sommeil tout à l'heure. See, this one I've put in the past. J'avais instead of j'ai. Avoir un chat dans la gorge. Excusez-moi, j'ai un chat dans la gorge. Excusez-moi, j'ai un chat dans la gorge. Having a cat in your throat is no more silly than having a frog in there, is it? This one is very, very neat. Avoir un cheveu sur la langue. You see what that means? Le monsieur qui parle a un cheveu sur la langue. Le monsieur qui parle a un cheveu sur la langue. I love that one. It's like it's saying he has a hair on his tongue. D'accord? Avoir un petit creux. Tu as parfois un petit creux l'après-midi? Tu as parfois un petit creux l'après-midi? Avoir un trou de mémoire. J'ai oublié mon numéro de téléphone. J'ai un trou de mémoire. J'ai oublié mon numéro de téléphone. J'ai un trou de mémoire. Avoir une faim de loup. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a à manger? J'ai une faim de loup. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a à manger? J'ai une faim de loup. What is there to eat? À manger. D'accord? Avoir horreur de. J'ai horreur du veau et des petits pois. J'ai horreur du veau et des petits pois. So the de becomes du in front of masculine singular vous, and the de becomes des in front of the plural petit pois. Okay? So before we start looking at when something on your body hurts, and this is a short next section, I just want to look at some of these idiomatic expressions with you one more time. Not all of them, okay, but some of them are very poetic, okay? Avoir envie de means to want. It means to envy something, to something you really want to have or to do, okay? How about avoir le cafard? Remember, avoir le cafard means to have the roach. That's not really what it means, but that's its literal translation. How about, let's see if there are any more, avoir mal au cœur, right here, literally means that your heart hurts. But it doesn't have anything to do with heartburn or anything like that. You see, it means to feel nauseous. Avoir un chat dans la gorge, I mentioned this. It means to have a cat in your throat. Again, to have a hair on your tongue. Oh, look, cheveux shouldn't have an X on it. Let's take that off. Yeah, you know why? Because un cheveu is a hair. To have a hair on your tongue. And the way I had written it was the plural part. Des cheveux is some hair. Okay? Did you catch that the first time? You should have said, hey, Jennifer, you don't need an X on there. Avoir un petit creux, that's like a little hole. Yeah, you got to fill it up with some food. Avoir un trou de mémoire, this is also a hole. Okay? To have a hole in your memory, if you will. Avoir une faim de loup means to have, it literally means to be hungry like a wolf, which I think is kind of funny. All right, so now finally, to say something hurts, something on your body hurts. Anytime you want to do that in French, you have to use the verb avoir. So we looked at, for example, avoir mal à la tête, to have a headache. So you want to start out with your subject, which I've just chosen je here, okay? Present tense, j'ai. So you start out with j'ai mal à, and then you have to follow up with the part of the body that hurts. But you have to remember that every body part has, it's either plural or it's singular, and it's either masculine or feminine. And I know that's a pain, but here's another reason why those things are important, okay? Look at my examples. J'ai mal à la tête. J'ai mal à la tête. I hope you're writing this down on your study guide, okay? La tête is a feminine word, so, you know, it's okay to leave a and la next to each other. That means my head hurts, or you can translate it, I have a headache, d'accord? So in the course, when you start working through the exercises, there is a part on, you know, saying that things on your body hurt. And I've put the English translations in there. And sometimes I've used the word ache, and sometimes I've used the word hurt. So just know it doesn't matter. It means the same thing. How about les oreilles? So those are ears. If my ears hurt, both of them, then les oreilles is going to be plural. So I say j'ai mal aux oreilles. You know, because the a followed by les becomes o, A-U-X. Watch the pronunciation. J'ai mal aux oreilles. D'accord? Les jambes. J'ai mal aux jambes. Aux jambes. Again. A-U-X. J'ai mal au ventre. A-U, because it's masculine, singular. J'ai mal au dos. A-U, masculine, singular again. J'ai mal aux dents. My teeth hurt. Okay. A-U-X. Et j'ai mal aux pieds. Now this would be just one foot hurting. See, I haven't made it plural. But if I did want to, I could say j'ai mal aux pieds. Like that. A-U-X. Et voilà. You see how that works? So as you work your way through your lesson, definitely let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time. Merci beaucoup.